So some of you may have heard the term energy vampire before. And if you haven't, it kind of speaks for itself. But let me just give you like the Lori take on energy vampires. So, let me describe this to you. So basically, energy vampires are people who leave you feeling depleted after you interact with them. You don't feel more energized. You literally feel drained, like someone, sucked you, sucked you in the heart, sucked you in the neck, whatever. And so the thing with energy vampires is they're literally hooking into your bubble or your chakras or your body and literally draining energy out from you. And most often, the energy vampires in our lives are close to us. Family members, children, parents, friends, co-workers, neighbors, right? They're usually people who are literally in our space as well. And there are many kinds, right? We've got the aggressive one who's like aggressively kind of coming at you. You've got the know-it-all who's like fa 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 fa, and you're just like, oh, they suck all the air out of the room. There's the controller, the manipulator. There are those who vampire you by being jealous or competitive. There are also the passive aggressive ones. Oh, it's cloaked in, it's because I'm concerned about you. I love you, suck, 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 right? There are poor me's, complainers, and they leave you feeling drained. And so again, the key is that you know you're around a vampire when you feel depleted afterward or during the interactions. You don't feel more energized. And look, all of us have both been vampired and have probably vampired others. I literally started making it, I don't even know that it's a verb. I started using it as a verb. I'm like not even an energy vampire now. And I'm like, vampiring is now like a thing. In case you don't know, it's officially, I've made it a thing, energy vampiring. So again, we can be compassionate about it. We've all vampired others by accident. We've all been, but we just don't want that energy. We don't want to be sucked dry. And so the thing with an energy vampire at core is if you're vampiring someone else or someone's vampiring you, it's because they don't feel whole in themselves, right? And I picture like a giant like donut on two legs walking around that's just looking to suck energy from other people in hopes of filling their little donut hole, right? That's all it is. It's nothing evil or scary. It's just like an unwhole person who's like, I don't feel good. Will you make me feel good? I'm not whole. Will you make me feel whole? That's all it is. And so the key is we don't want them in our space. Right? You don't want someone to suck energy from your energy in order to fill their own void. And another metaphor that I love, love, love that someone gave me years ago, imagine yourself as this big, beautiful bonfire, right? And you're crackling and you're huge and this beautiful bonfire. You don't want, as people walk up to you, to hand away your logs. Oh, you need some fire? Take my log, take my log, take my log. Because if you hand away all your logs, you have a little tiny, like a little like, smoldering ash, right? And instead you want to keep all of your logs, invite them to bring a torch and light their torch in your flames and go start their own bonfire. That's the goal. So share your light, but do not give away your logs. Yeah. So and we'll do an exercise together. When you sense there's an energy vampire in your space, the idea is you're going to want to get them out of your space, to unhook. So let's just do this experientially. That's always the best way. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Okay. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. And I want you to, and whoever comes to mind, somebody who you think is like, oh yeah, this person definitely is an energy vampire in my life. Again, could be a loved one, a friend, a child, a parent, a sister, brother, may have more than one. But the first thing you want to do is, all right, this person is draining me dry, whether, ill intention or not, doesn't matter. They're definitely sucking energy from me. And so the first thing that you want to do is to notice where in your body do you feel them hooked in? Are they hooked into one of your energy centers, one of your chakras? Are they hooked into your ear, your throat, your shoulder? It could be a body part. They just hooked into your bubble, but they're still kind of trying to get into your space. And then once you figure out, okay, who's this energy vampire? And again, back to Heather's initial question, we're not removing them. We're removing this pattern of them sucking energy from you. You may still interact with these people. It's just you don't want them sucking energy off of you. Like, I'm still married to this man. I still have this kid in my house. I still work with this person, right? It's just you don't want them sucking you dry. It's energy, people. We're always talking about energy here, yeah? Whether or not we actually have to remove people from our lives, that's next week. But right now, we're just talking about energy. Okay, so I want you, once you notice where they're hooked in, to imagine literally these hooks. I almost picture them like bungee cord hooks, you know, these little metal hooks or fish hooks, whatever you've got. And then you're going to want to go ahead and remove the hooks to start. Now, I like to melt the hooks rather than trying to back out a fish hook or something. You know, I tend to like take a nice little warm blowtorch, not too hot, but just enough to melt the hooks. And then I wipe it up with a big white cloth, and then, oh, the cords fall to the ground because there's no more hooks. And I take those bungee cords and I ball them up and I fling them back out, you know, and just fling the whole person and their cords far, far away from me. Other people like to cut the cords. But let me tell you, if you cut the cords, for God's sake, still take the hooks out. Like if you get a fish hook, you know, caught in your foot, you're not going to just cut the line and leave the fish hook in there. Like you still need to melt out or take out the hooks. Some people like to freeze them, and like, you know, I don't know, those people who steal bicycles, they like freeze the thing, like they crack the lock. You can like freeze the cords and crack them off that way. Just get the hooks and the cords out of wherever they're hooked in, ball up all of that mess into a big whatever. You can just shove it on a sack. You can just stick it all in a cannon. Again, take a vacuum cleaner, but take all those mess of now the limp cords, the hooks, and that whole thing, and just send it all away from you and blow it up again, far out away from your space in no uncertain terms. And often what I've found is I've gotten the feedback when I've unhooked someone who's vampiring me, they actually feel better. Like, oh, thank God. No, because again, you're giving them their donut hole back. Like, oh, thank God, I'm going to go fill my own space. You don't need to hook into me. Light your torch, lady, but don't take my logs, right? And so then once you've gotten away, you know, figured out a way that you want to like get those hooks out, ball up that mess of cords, throw or blast or get that whole mess away from you. Then remember, just like with any sort of energy cleaning, go ahead and seal up with pure white love and light. Seal up that spot with pure love and pure light. Seal the wound. And as you're sealing that wound, just wish that person well. May you find your own fire. May you find your own energy. May you find your own logs. Buddhists call this compassionate detachment. Detach and then shower them with love. I wish you well. May you find your wholeness. And then just check around if you finished with one, see if there are any other energy vampires in your space. And again, you lovingly want to remove them from hooking in, wherever they're hooking in, both for your own sake and for theirs. Doesn't matter whether they're lovingly vampiring you or doing it maliciously. It's the same. It's energy that's being sucked from you that's yours to have, not theirs. Claim that energy back. This is yours. And send it away, blow it up, and fill in with pure white love and light. Make sure that you restore your own flame, your own energy right back in that space. And you may need to do some energy strengthening, like, yeah, I need to build my bonfire back up again now. Ooh. Yeah, let's turn that flame, that burner back up and on again. Let me fill with love and light. Right? Because when we're with people who are happy and whole, it's two bonfires next to each other, even brighter, even better. Wow. We're lighting up the whole night sky now. And two bonfires. Powerful. And when you've gotten the energy vampire hooks and the ball cords, all that blasted out and filled back into your space and relit your flame, again, merge with your highest self, that energy. Whew, back to my true essence, my true self. This is my energy. This is what I feel like. This is me at my highest, best self. This is my love, my light. Expand it outward, 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 outward. Big bonfire, big flame. Nobody's hooking into this. This is my light. When you're ready, open your eyes.